We're going to go through just a list of some formalities. If you could give your name,
Yeah, Jeff Sanders.
the company or the institution that you work at,
Smart Rent.
your job title,
I am IT service desk.
and the address of the working professional. I'm not sure if that means the company or your address,
We can do
but
my
you can.
company address. It's just
Okay.
the 8665 East Hartford Drive,
Is that
Scottsdale,
HART?
AZ. Yeah, HART.
All right, perfect. And then this is just going to be a list of about 10 questions here, just some things regarding. Let me see. Sorry, it's a little informal. I apologize.
You are fine.
Okay, and the topics that these questions will be going over include areas of interviewing, small group communication, leadership, meetings, and
Mhm.
presentations.
Okay.
And so we'll go ahead and start with the first question. Regarding an interview with your company, is there any information that I need to understand before I apply?
Probably what the company is and does.
Okay. And the second question, how would you handle unexpected or difficult questions during an interview? Like, say I
Pick up
was interviewing.
like what I would do, like if I got asked a difficult question.
Yeah.
Pause. Maybe gather my thought real quick and then respond.
Okay. And then this is more away from interviewing. How do you ensure everybody's needs are being met in your company
Ooh.
as
That's a
service
good
desk? That might
question because
be more
I'm
difficult to
service
think of.
desk. That's a very big question.
Yeah, it's
I
a
mean,
large question. Like,
we handle one on ones constantly. I mean, being friendly. It's the way you carry yourself and speak to others while you're working, keeping things professional.
are there any that would? Let me think of this. Like any needs that come up that are more frequent than others that you have to deal with.
I mean, not so much more than others, but I think there's more like they're all kind of similar in a sense, and they all end up kind of needing the same exact response and or uh, same process to I mean figure out or solve the issue.
Okay. Then we're going on to our next question.
Hmm.
What methods do you use to facilitate effective communication in a group or small group setting? This could be between the service desk or it could be between departments.
And like you're talking like a one-on-one sense, like a small group, and
Less one-on-one and more like towards an audience.
could you
Or are
repeat
you
that?
more?
I mean, how do
Yeah.
you? Wait, yeah, can you repeat that one more time? I'm like,
Um, what methods do you use to facilitate effective communication in a small group setting? And I guess in your case, it would be more one-on-one. An
okay.
example for that would be fine.
Um, I mean, if you're talking like just overall communication, like whether I'm communicating how to resolve an issue or I'm communicating on like uh, whether or not I can resolve or can or cannot resolve that issue, it's going to be more of I guess direct, no beating around a bush for it, and just kind of giving them a straight answer on it.
Just being honest and
Yeah, honest and forward
is it
about
putting like
everything.
niceties away, or is it still putting out like a positive attitude, like
Yeah, I
regarding?
mean, carrying a positive attitude is important for it, but at the same time, you're kind of just breaking news to someone more than anything. It's not going to be much of a. Uh, there's a different approach to every different issue. Yeah.
Okay. And then our next question: how do you communicate goals for yourself to ensure everybody else is productive?
I mean, group goals, like group things. If you have a large area in which you guys need to cover something, getting the whole team involved and making that part of the goals is probably going to be the easiest way of doing that.
Okay.
taking a large task, breaking it down to a smaller tasks for each individual.
And then just combining those small tasks to
Hmm.
put together. Okay. Then up next we have describe a situation where you've had to lead through a challenging task or project, and how did your communication skills help you succeed in getting your goals accomplished?
We have a quarterly refresh where I do about 40 to 60 devices. Um, but at the time, it was just by myself. But I mean, yeah, the I mean, can you repeat that again? Sorry, I'm like trying to figure out.
Yeah, no worries. Describe a situation where you had to lead through a challenging task or project, and how did your communication skills help you succeed in completing that goal?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, working on a project where I have to swap out like 40 to 60 computers in a quarter. Pretty much handling and communicating with all my like reps, dealing with the actual individuals themselves. So like all 60 people who are on my say roster that I need to replace, I have to organize, get everything ready for them, communicate with them, and so they know what times to be ready or to arrive at the office or to get prepared, and what to do, so I can get that done pretty quick.
Okay.
I don't know if that helps for you.
Yeah. And I'm clicking back and forth. I am recording just on the software that's built in. I'm
Hmm.
really hoping it's keeping the audio, and I hope we don't have to do this again.
Yeah, yeah, no worries.
But I'll let you know if that happens. And then up next, I have what strategies do you use to keep uh, meetings or people productive and on track?
I mean, icebreakers, questions, things like that. I think are um, having a fun question in the beginning of those things with meetings is a pretty good one. So like you can ask a simple question of like whether it's favorite movie, favorite color, or a time you did this or so and so did that. It's like give me an instance of that, and every time a person their turn comes up to speak at the meeting, they have to give us that information or answer that fun icebreaker.
Just something that helps people open up a little more and
Yeah,
what they'd
yeah.
consider a foreign workspace.
Mhm.
Okay. And then up next, how do you handle situations where a work situation or a meeting is going off topic and becoming unproductive?
Uh, could you repeat that one more time?
How do you handle situations where a meeting or a work situation is going off topic and is becoming unproductive?
I mean, the easiest way is to just communicate it. I like to just bring it up like, hey, we're supposed to be doing this here, guys. Let's go ahead and it's been a fun time, but close out the conversation and move on, whether it's that or a physical task.
Sounds like more just a small reminder.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then we have what methods do you use to handle questions and feedback during a presentation or in your work?
What methods I use?
Yeah, like a question or feedback that you might be that makes you I'm sorry.
You're good.
A question or some feedback that normally you wouldn't receive and something
Uh,
that you'd have to sit back and kind of think about.
I mean, I like to repeat the question back. Like if someone asks the question, and I repeat it and allows you kind of give you that space to breathe and think for a sec while you need to do so. Or just communicate that, obviously this is the first time I've had this question asked, and then proceed to try to give my best answer.
And then the last question we have for you is
Hmm.
how do you provide constructive feedback to your team members?
We do it like weekly reports, or we have a monthly one-on-one. I like to do like the one-on-ones to make it a lot easier to communicate with others.
Do you think that kind of gives them more of a um, some privacy to some answers or responses that they'd have that's less comfortable for them to speak in front of a group?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And it looks like that's all the questions I have. Thank you for your time, Jeff.
Yeah, no worries, man.